The Nonduality of Ramana Maharshi. Ramana Maharshi, also known as Bhagavan Sri Ramana Maharshi, was a renowned Indian sage and spiritual teacher who lived from 1879 to 1950. He is widely considered one of the most important spiritual figures of the 20th century. And his teachings continue to inspire millions of people around the world. Ramana Maharshi was born Venkataraman Iyer in Tirusuli, Tamil Nadu, India, in 1879. At the age of 16, he had a profound spiritual experience that led him to abandon his studies and family obligations and travel to the holy town of Arunachala. There he lived in a cave on the sacred mountain of Arunachala for many years, meditating and experiencing profound states of spiritual consciousness. Initially he neglected his physical body and became very weak and emaciated. Over time he recognized the importance of taking care of his body and began to practice a more balanced approach to spirituality, which included taking care of his physical and mental health. Gradually, a community of devotees grew around Ramana. And he began to teach them through silent meditation and the occasional spoken word. There are many beautiful stories of his love and compassion for people and animals, as he believed we are all one. He wrote very little himself, but his teachings were recorded by his disciples and later compiled into books. It can be seen from what was recorded that his ideas were deeply rooted in the Advaita Vedanta tradition of Hinduism. Advaita literally means not two and is synonymous with non-dualism. Vedanta means the end of the Vedas, the ancient Hindu scriptures going back as far as the Upanishads. Here are some of the ways in which Ramana's ideas spring from, but also elaborate on, this earlier tradition. Ramana taught that the ultimate reality, which he called Brahman, is one and indivisible. This reality is not separate from the individual self, which he called Atman. Atman is not different from Brahman, but is rather an expression or manifestation of it. The individual self is nothing but a reflection of the absolute self, and realizing this unity is the goal of spiritual practice. Ramana taught that the world of appearances is illusory, and that all distinctions between individuals and objects are ultimately unreal. He taught that the world is like a dream, and that the only reality is the ultimate reality of Brahman. The world is illusory, it appears to be real like a dream. After waking up, one realizes that the dream was not real, and that the experiences that occurred in the dream had no substance. Similarly, after realizing the self, one understands that the world is not real, and that the experiences that occur within it are not ultimately true or substantial. Ramana emphasized the practice of self-inquiry as the means to realize the ultimate reality of the self. He taught that by questioning the nature of the self, and investigating the source of the thought of I, one could come to directly experience the truth of non-dual reality. He encouraged his followers to turn their attention inward and meditate on the question, who am I? Since by using this method they could often come to experience enlightenment directly. Ramana highlighted the importance of surrendering the ego, or individual self, in order to realize the ultimate reality. He taught that the ego is a false sense of identity that must be transcended. The ego is a false sense of identity, created by identifying with the body and the mind. It is the source of all our troubles and the cause of all our suffering. To transcend the ego, we must realize our true nature as the self, which is beyond the limitations of the body and the mind. On the issue of living in the present moment, Ramana said, "There is neither past nor future. There is only the present. Yesterday was the present to you when you experienced it, and tomorrow will be also the present when you experience it. Therefore, experience takes place only in the present, and beyond experience, nothing exists. Although these ideas were reflected over the centuries in Advaita tradition, Ramana certainly added his own unique insights and elaborations to this tradition. On his deathbed, one of his followers expressed his sadness at the thought of losing his beloved teacher. Ramana turned to him and said, "Why do you say you will miss me? Where could I go? I am here." At his death, his followers believe he achieved Mahasamadhi, the great samadhi, which is the state a yogi enters when they consciously make the decision to leave their body. Ramana's teachings have had a profound impact on many recent spiritual teachers, including Nisargadatta Maharaj, Ram Das, Wayne Dyer, Eckhart Tolle and Rupert Spira, among others. As one final thought, just as the current non-dual philosopher Rupert Spira maintains that happiness is our ultimate goal and purpose, Ramana said, "Happiness is your nature. It is not wrong to desire it. What is wrong is seeking it outside. When it is inside." Thanks for watching.